Good afternoon and welcome to another episode of Godlessness and Booze. Today's booze question came courtesy of a friend who told me to recommend him a bottle of Chardonnay that wasn't too expensive. So I have two bottles here. Both are from California. This is a Stag's Leap, which is a very fine winemaker. And this is from Horn, which is the one that I'm actually enjoying right now. And it's an excellent wine for the money. These bottles are in the $30 range, so they'll be sure to please anybody that you give them to. The second question, obviously, is the godlessness question. And this one I actually stumbled upon it by accident. There was a thread on the internet where somebody was asking what was the event that actually changed your perspective in life. As I contemplated what my answer was going to be, obviously I reminisced through my entire life. And I realized that there were two events that actually changed my perspective in life. The first one was the passing of my paternal grandfather. I will say that the way in which he passed and the events that transpired during his passing made me realize that I was going to be an atheist. Obviously, it was at that moment that I realized that we're really alone, that there's no God, that there's no puppet master pulling strings or telling us what we need to do or what we need to say or how we need to act. Basically, that's when I realized that we're all alone. He was a very, very good Catholic. He was always going to church. He never missed Sunday Mass. And the event that transpired during his passing made me realize that if God was able to do that to one of his own, then the rest of us were actually doomed. My paternal grandfather passed during a hurricane, and it took us 5 days to actually give him a proper burial because of the condition of the roads. The rain, the terrain was actually saturated with water. So there was a lot of things that were preventing us from giving a proper burial. And we actually had to endure all that. And that's when I realized, come on, man, seriously. For him to actually have to go through all that and can't even get a proper burial, then I realized that this God thing is really for the birds. Anyway, the second part of my answer was something that actually, happened to me, and that was when a Christian decided to save my everlasting soul. So I understand, the purpose or the end goal was good. I mean, at least that's how that person felt it was. That the end goal was going to justify the means. But the problem is that in trying to sell my everlasting soul for an afterlife that I don't care about, the methods were actually here on earth, right here on earth, as we are alive and breathing, were quite cruel. So I never understood how can somebody that was trying to make me have a happy afterlife could actually do things that would make me feel so bad, so uncare about. So I mean, seriously, I never understood that. Never understood why somebody that was trying to save my everlasting soul will make my life here on earth as hard as possibly can get. So that's what I was thinking. I was thinking that those two events actually changed my perspective in life. And it's interesting because both of them have to do with the fact that, death and the afterlife. First was the passing of my grandfather, which actually, unfortunately, we had to endure 5 days without having the chance to give him a proper burial because he died in the middle of a hurricane. And, to his everlasting grace, God wouldn't let up, 90-mile-an-hour winds, 30 inches of rain. I mean, it was quite a spectacle. So he made it very difficult for us to say goodbye to my grandfather with grace and, in a timely manner. And the other one was, somebody trying to save my everlasting soul because my life in the afterlife supposedly was more important than the one that I'm living right here and now, here on planet Earth. So those two events actually changed my whole perspective in life. I don't know what you had gone through. I'm sure that all of you have gone through some difficult times in your life, and for me, it was actually quite shocking to see to see somebody that actually was as godly as it can be, and go through what my grandfather went through, and somebody that claimed to be as Christian as they can be, and still treated me in a way that was totally the opposite. I guess that saving my everlasting soul had to come with some tribulations. I don't know. Anyway, that's all I got for today. So you got any questions, comments, please feel free to share them with me. You have an event that actually made a difference in your life or make you change your perspective in life, be sure to leave it in the comments. And until my next video, cheers. Oh, man, I gotta tell you, a lot of pear, apples, honeysuckle, and a little hit of citrus, just in the aftertaste.